Hello, it's Joe, and welcome to another Minecraft survival video. Real quick before we get into it, I just wanted to say that at the end of the video, I addressed a few issues with the farm, as well as provide some fixes for them, so if you plan on building it, you should probably look there before you start. So now let's get into the video. It's been a while since I left the end, because I've been doing other stuff, and I couldn't really record in that time, really. But I did get some other progress done, like my bee farm you saw. I cut that down, or my honeycomb farm, I got enough honeycomb from it, so I don't need any more honeycomb for now. And then I made like a little crude bee breeding thing here. It was really bad. It was really hard to work with, and I'm glad that it's over. But I used iron blocks because that's like the most plentiful thing I have right now, which is quite funny for what it is. So right now I want to build my actual honey farm. So I'm gonna use I put together a little design that would suit my needs, like what I need in this world. It's nice, small, I guess. I don't know if it's the best design possible, but yeah. So what you want to do to start out is dig a 9 long trench. That's 1 block deep. Oh, and this is the front of it. So it's gonna be 4 blocks plus 9 blocks, so 13 blocks, I think, right? Because we're gonna have a line of 8 beehives here. Oh wait, I also have a materials chest. I forgot to show you the materials. So this is pretty much what you'll need. Up at the top is I'm pretty sure these are exact numbers of materials you'll need. For the piston and gravel and sticky piston, I'm gonna be using or making a modification to the design that will, you'll understand later what I'm doing, but it cuts down on the number of sticky pistons you need, but you can use 9 sticky pistons if you want, but I'm just gonna do this to save on resources. Then you're gonna dig another 9, or well, I think 8 long trench here. Behind that, you're gonna dig another like this. I don't remember my design very much, I just realized. So I think we're gonna go like this, right? So I'll put placeholder blocks to be the beehives, so I can understand where I am. Okay, so these are the beehives, right? You know, I should actually get all the stuff in my inventory since I'm building it right now. So under the beehives will be the hoppers. And then the last hopper will go into, if I could break this dirt, into a dispenser, right? Okay, so I messed up. What we're actually gonna do is, so the iron blocks are the beehives. We're gonna have 1 block, or actually no one's gonna see this, so I'm just gonna use grass. I don't care about how it looks on the inside. And then we're gonna have comparators behind the block, behind the beehives. And then here comes the part where the modification thing will go. Right, so dig a trench here. You dig a trench like this, and then you put your redstone torches going across like that, right? So if you're using sticky pistons, this is where you would use your sticky pistons, right? But I'm using my... Where are you up there? Come down here. Oh, look at that. But I'm using my regular pistons for this. I need regular redstone. Wow, I'm missing so much stuff. Do I even have regular redstone? Yes, I do. And then we place a line of redstone back here. This will be used, we'll work with that later, but for now, I'll just leave it. On top of these pistons, you'll put your gravel. So I'm using this because it's basically the same thing as a sticky piston. These pistons are basically going to be an on-off switch. Right? So when I power this redstone, all the pistons retract, and since they're not sticky pistons, if there were like normal blocks on top of it, they would stay. But since I have gravel, which is a gravity block, when the pistons retract, they're gonna fall down, which is something, if you didn't know, you could do. Behind these, you're gonna have another block, and then you're gonna have your redstone, like just your redstone back here. So actually you're gonna have only one line of redstone going back here. And where's my stone cutter? You'll have some half slabs. Oh, I need a block running up the top half of here, and then you'll put your redstone on the top of that. Then you're gonna have, or actually yeah, you're gonna have to use half slabs here too, because it would cut the redstone off if you didn't. So you're gonna need to get a way to place dispensers facing downwards on top of your beehives. So just go like boom, 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 boom. Oh, and like that. Those are where your glass bottles will be going. And then the rest of this just gets filled up with slabs. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna come up top, place repeaters all back here, and then fill this up entirely with redstone. This should be your harvesting mechanism complete. The comparator will be reading the honey level of the beehive, and when it gets to 5, the redstone will carry the current all the way to the repeater, which will then power the dispensers, which will then use the bottles inside of them, which will then go into the hopper down here. So the next thing I'm gonna build is the way that we get the items into these chests. So what you're gonna need to do is I'm gonna use a similar system to what I used up in the iron farm with the pistons and the comparator and the dropper. So I'm gonna have the dropper here, a comparator coming out of the dropper, that's a repeater, a comparator coming out of the dropper, an observer observing away from the hopper, and then a sticky piston underneath here with an observer facing in this not that direction, this direction. You're gonna want to go down by 1 block here, or actually 2 blocks on this part. You put your packed ice, soul sand, get a sign to place it over here, put your water bucket down there, right? I'll need more water. Because what we're gonna do essentially is we're gonna have a bubble column going up, and it will bring the items around to the chest. Now you don't need to have, you can have more than 2 chests. You're not just restricted to 2 chests. I'm just using 2 chests because I think that's all I'm gonna need, but you can use more if you want. Now this part is just for aesthetics. You don't have to make it look like this when you make it. I'm just doing this because this is how I feel it'll look good, like this. You're gonna fill up these blocks. You can put a block up there, you can put a block over here, and then a block over here. You need to put blocks around here, right? You'll make a bubble column going up to the level of the, what are these, hoppers? That's what they are. So make it go up to the level of the hoppers. You're gonna want to make a wall so that the water doesn't spill out all over your redstone that you've worked so hard on, right? that. Or well, now I'm going to finish the enclosure. Gonna put this around here. Right. Okay, go back one more block. Right, so I'm gonna just have my glass up here. But this is gonna be like a little staircase over here. I messed up really bad making that. Stop messing up. Wow. I just can't. Okay, there we go. So this is just gonna be how I get up to the top. You're gonna wanna be able to access the droppers, but I don't wanna be able to see this threadstone behind it. So I'm gonna put stairs, quartz stairs. Maybe I should have used smooth quartz, but I could fix that later. Right, so I have these stairs, so I can still access the dispensers, but I can't see the redstone behind them. Now I'm just gonna build up the walls like so. I think I might have built the chests out too far by one block. Probably. I'll have to check. Yeah, so it turns out I actually did build the chests too far forward by one block, but it's an easy fix to move them back. Just boom, like that. Remove these. Just break the front one of these chests. I'm gonna replace those with path blocks, and then back here, dig this out. Oh no, I'm trapped down here now. Wrong block. Alright, dig those out. Right. Actually, I'm gonna use a solid smooth stone here. Like, I don't think it's gonna do anything, but it may happen. I doubt that it'll actually occur, but it may happen that the dropper would like shoot up. It'll go in between the slab. It's like a possibility, very unlikely. I highly doubt that it'll actually happen, but I'm just doing it to be safe, because I don't want to lose any of my precious honey that I have. Alright, so I finished moving the chests back, and you can notice here that the slab, the smooth stone slab, actually has a lighter portion to it. So I'm going to remove that and change it. And then here, you can see the dirt underneath or next to the path. So I'm going to replace that with stone. Look at that, such a waste. But it looks good. Or actually, no, I think I'm going to use cobblestone here. I don't have any cobblestone on me, but I'll try to remember for later. Right, so the wall for this is going to go all the way to the back of this redstone. Put a torch in here so nothing spawns inside it. Right, and then just encirculate circle this in your blocks that you want to build with. On top of your item stream, you're going to want to place some blocks so that your item, because the bubble column has a lot of force and it will shoot your item up. So you want to place a block on top of it so that your item doesn't like go astray. Alright, so this is the honey side of the farm done. I'll put the bee nests and the flowers there at the end all at once for both sides of the farm. So for this side, right, I'm gonna have a little corridor here. Actually, I hate this. There needs to be a tool to break these. Probably is, but I'm not gonna do it, or not gonna check. So the collection, or there's a similar system here. Here's my placeholder blocks for the hives. Right underneath your hives, you're gonna have your hoppers, so boom, like this. And then your droppers for this one actually are going to go back here, so I can need to remove my temporary bee nests. That's observers. We'll also need observers though, but the droppers go there. There's going to be a block on top of them. I'll just use grass. you don't want to go into the observer, but you're going to use the grass, and then you're going to have your observers facing down into the beehives. I think I actually have too many observers. On the top of it, you're going to have redstone, just like boom. So for this one, it doesn't matter whether or not your dispensers fire off when they're not ready to harvest, because they won't use up the shears if it's not able to harvest. It's gonna just like do nothing to them. So this makes this part of the farm easier. So for the collection thing, we're gonna have basically the same thing as we did on the other side. We're gonna have the dropper here, or for the first part of it, we're gonna have the same thing basically. So we're gonna have the dropper here, and then the water that I have going in the wrong direction. The water goes back. So for this side, we're going to use a different mechanism for it. We're going to have, I'm going to stand up, a comparator coming out of the dropper, which will then go into a repeater. So you're going to have one go back into the comparator, and then you're going to have another one which then has a repeater at the end, which goes and powers this block right next to the dropper, so it'll actually drop the items out. It's a little nice dropper clock thing. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I'm just gonna call it that. So this is what this side is gonna look like. It's basically the same, but also different. Yeah. The reason I have this gap here is so that I can come and access these dispensers and replace the shears which are inside of them if they ever break. So here, just set up the same, the same dropper thing that we did last time for the other side. Chests here with hoppers going into the, why does my stuff not move? Hoppers going into the back of them. You're gonna have your water stream, your water column come out back here. It's actually gonna have to come out back by one block further. Where the soul sand goes here, your ice goes boom, like there. The sign goes here. I'm gonna leave a little message for someone, and then just fill this in. Actually, I'm gonna be using the smooth. Smooth stone slabs back here. Dirt block here. Then I can just fill in that. Actually, I don't need to go so high. Just fill in like that. Oh, it's a cat. Then you're gonna fill this in. Do like that. Right, so then we make just the bubble column going up. Yes, so that's this side. Actually, I need to fix the redstone here. Now this is this side. I'm going to be adding an on-off switch now. This is actually going to have to be honey blocks. Or honeycomb. And so is this. So the wrong tool. Break place. It killed my redstone again. Did I get all my redstone? Yes. And this is all going to be visible by whoever comes inside here. So this will be honey blocks. Or honeycomb. I keep calling them honey blocks. For right now, I'm just going to finish the honey side of the farm, because I don't need honeycomb, because I have a lot of honeycomb. I don't know if I'm ever going to use all of it. So the first thing we're going to want to do is put bottles into the dispensers. We're going to want to fill up every slot of the dispenser, because if we have any empty slots, when the dispenser fires, like it'll fill up a bottle with honey, but then it'll leave the honey bottle in the empty slot in the dispenser. So we want to I'm putting a stack right now because this is all the amount of bottles I have in each dispenser. It's also going to be a problem if we have a honey bottle in the dispenser, because if the dispenser fires and happens to select the slot which the honey bottle is in, it's gonna just shoot out the honey bottle, and the honey bottle will get lost, and we don't want that happening. Next, I'm gonna put the flowers inside of here. As you can see here, I have a little rail of orange stained glass panes so that I just don't like walk off the edge while I'm doing my business in the dispensers. Now time for the bee nests. And actually it's turning night, so that's good, because I like to do my bees at night. Right, so boom, 2, 3, 4. They should all be empty, I think, because like of honey, I mean, because that's how because I took the honey from them before I harvested them. Oh, a cat. So let me sleep, and when it's daytime, we will check up on our farm, make sure it works. So all the bees pop out. Look at that, it's all of these guys. They're gonna pollinate the flowers and then go back. Hopefully we get one nest that fills up with honey, and then we can see if the farm works, if I did it correctly. Okay guys, so it's a little bit later, and I noticed a few issues with my farm that I would like to address and like give you solutions to, and also make the on-off switch. So the first thing I noticed was, since I had baby bees, they would be able to escape when they grow up, because if the bee was pressed up against the top of the block when it grew up, its hitbox would be inside of the block, so it could just fly up and out of the farm. To remedy that, you should put carpets on top of these blocks here, if you have baby bees, but if you don't need to put carpet there. The next issue I noticed was with the item transporting. Let me lock the water with with this. What I noticed is sometimes the item would, when the dropper would harvest the hive, it would leave the bottle behind. And the problem with that is when our little dropper clock that we have over here, if I can get to it. Where am I? Wait. Oh no. It's because this dropper clock, right, is powering the hopper that's on top of this dropper, but as well as the, where's my bucket? As well as the hopper that's next to it, which is the hopper that's underneath that beehive over there. So to fix that, we're going to need to remove or move it down by 1 block so that that hopper would not get powered by the observer. So so just move it the whole thing down. The whole thing down by 1 block. So you're gonna need an extra hopper for that. So move it down 1 block like this. I don't think I need to have those full blocks there anymore, because I'm gonna have dirt in between those things. Right, and then you can just fill it in the same way as was done before. And then gotta redo your bubble column. I lost all my water. Great, I have to redo that. Oh, hello. And that's that for the item thing. Now for the off switch, I'm gonna do the honey farm first. So what you want to do, right, is you have a lever here powering this block. You have your redstone. So you have your redstone and you have it go down. Actually, will it get powered if I have it down under this, like that? Yes, it would. But if I have the lever here and this powered, alright, so yeah, you have them down there, and you go like that into your pistons. The reason it's already powered right now is because I have a temporary power source over here, a redstone torching it, because I didn't have it before. But one issue with this power switch is that if the comparators are outputting like any signal, that power would get put into, would be powering the piston. So you would have to wait until, so when you turn it off, you'd have to wait for one more harvest before the thing actually turns off. Just a quick note. So I can fill up this hole, don't need this anymore. For this side, you're going to, there's going to be a different mechanism. What you do, right, you dig down, you put a redstone torch here, you put a piece of redstone dust. So what happened is I built the little item collection system for this part a bit too far out. This should be one block back. Just wash away all my redstone. So yeah, we need to move this one block like towards this direction. So this hopper, the dropper under this hop should be under this hopper, facing here. Right, and then you're gonna put the dropper over here, not like that. But like this, your water will go over here. You don't really need packed ice over here because the dropper will shoot the item out onto this block. Alright, so now I need to replace this hopper. So now we take this redstone and put it here. On top of this block will be a redstone torch. And then let me run around. And then place your next redstone torch on top of this. And that will be your switch for the honeycomb farm. And you just fill in the blocks back when you're done. So inside here, I'm putting carpet on the floor because I plan to have lighting hidden under the carpet. I'm not going to do that now. I'll probably get to that later. And also got to finish the floor here. But yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the video. On the honeycomb side, you just put the beehives or the bee nests here. You put your flowers on the block in front of it. And then what I did in my original design for this is I just covered this entire face with glass. But that's just what I did. You don't have to copy me. You don't have to do what I did. Do what you think looks good. But yeah, looks like it's working. I got a bit of honey. Let me try turning the farm on and see if I actually get the honey and make sure I did the thing right. So let me turn it on and then off. Should have harvested all the honey from all the hives or the nests. And yeah, it went right into there. Alright, so that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.